Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with a Ghouls guide for old school Runescape in my endless adventure to make as many Slayer guides and just general guides as possible, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to leave a like. Also, plenty of links you can check out down below to support me at, and I'd appreciate that greatly. Love plugging my other content. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the guide. So to start, should you kill ghouls? In my opinion, you should. As far as an early level Slayer task goes, they're a quick task and they're good XP relative to early level Slayer, so I think for both of those reasons, you're more than welcome to go ahead and kill them and feel good about it. For the requirements, there are essentially none. However, you do need Priest in Peril to be assigned them in the first place, so I mean, if you already have them assigned, there's nothing else you really have to do. If you want to go kill them for some reason you haven't been assigned them, then yes, you would have to complete the quest. They're weak to everything. You could use mage, range, melee, whichever you'd like. Typically, I recommend melee. However, on this task, it might be a little bit better to train to range because they do have this weird trait where at the end of the kill, they start to like run away. So with range, you can just sit back and kill them. Their attack style is melee based and their max hit is a 5. So nothing too bad, but also again, nice to save spot if you're a lower level and just go ahead and use range. For the melee options down below, on the left hand side, sort of the lowest I'd come here with, and then on the right hand side, a good higher tier Slayer armor. If you have anything better than that, you probably know what to bring. I don't need to tell you that, but these setups will work well for the average people that are just trying to get here and learn it. All the items are listed down below and you can mix and match as you please, and some added items in terms of weapons. You have the Abbey Dagger, Granite Hammer, Brian Saber, really up to you on what you want to use in regards to weapons. As I mentioned earlier, they're weak to everything, so it doesn't matter. And then for the range options here, we have two very different setups. On the left-hand side, a very low-level setup, and then on the right, a more med to even higher-level setup. For the one on the right, you can downgrade and use red d'hide, blue d'hide, green d'hide in place of some of those items. If you don't have Barrow's Gloves or black d'hide, or you don't have a Book of Law, you could switch in Dragonhide. That works perfectly fine as well, and I'd recommend that. And I'd recommend darts, but as I did mention earlier, they do have that ability to start to run away, so if you're in a safe spot and they're going to drag too far, then you'd want to switch to a crossbow, or just use the crossbow the whole time. That's really up to you. These are the three combinations that I'd recommend in terms of what most people are going to want to use here. Pick whichever one fits you. The only one that really requires anything too different is the broad bolts, which do require 55 Slayer. So then, as far as getting to the ghouls, we'll want to get close to the Slayer Tower. You can kill them just to the south of the Slayer Tower and right in front of the entry to the Mortmire Swamp. Two different locations. I like the southern one a little bit better, but up to you. You can test them out and see which one is for you. The first option to get here is a Slayer Ring. Most people probably aren't going to be able to use that because you do need a Slayer Reward unlock and 75 crafting, but it is an option. Beyond that, Fairy Ring Code CKS will take you really close to the southern area, and then the Salve Graveyard Teleport will also take you extremely close, and that can be purchased through the Grand Exchange, so that's going to be most people's mode of transportation, I'd imagine. Beyond that, you could use the Carl Teleport. That'll teleport you to the Canifis Bar, or the Frankenstrain Teleport that will teleport you to the northeast a bit. I'm assuming if you get the Frankenstrain though, you'd rather just go for the Salve Graveyard, but up to you on if you want to use any of those. Then maybe if you're an Iron Man and you're gonna have to take a long way to get here, I'd just recommend banking at the Catherby Bank, using the charter ship to go on over to Port Phasmatis. You will need about 4k coins for that, and then once you get over here, just run on out through the north side and make your way on over there. A little bit of a hike, but you do what you gotta do. So I'm going to make my way on over there with a Slayer Ring while I talk about the inventory real quick. I'm bringing some combat boosting potions here with the super combats. Along with that, I have a ton of cannonballs. Of course, you don't need that many. Barely need any at all. It's kind of an optional thing that people that are going to maybe kill these for a champion scroll or just higher levels that want to get the task over with, they might use a cannon. Most people probably won't. And then beyond that, I just have a lot of food along with some ranging items to demonstrate the safe spots. Really nothing too unique that you need to bring here. But as you can see, level 42 ghouls, they do have decently high HP for their levels, so kind of just a meat shield that you can go ahead and attack over and over. Shouldn't deal you a ton of damage, but even if they do, there is a bank nearby over there in Canifis, so you could just hop up and go and just rebank right there. It wouldn't be too bad either. So there's nothing really too much to worry about in regards to food or your armor, or if you're going to be able to sustain on the task, because as I mentioned before, they're not too bad, and even if they are, there's a bank nearby, so you'll be good to go. Melee kills here have been going pretty good, as you can see. Nothing too crazy. Of course, I'm going to hit higher than most people will. Not a flex, I'm just saying. If you want to, you can throw down a cannon as well. I'd recommend if you're going to cannon them though, don't cannon them up here while using melee. I mean, you could if you'd like I'm demonstrating right here, but it would actually be better to cannon them from the south. And this is also where the safe spot is. So I'll demonstrate this now. So down here, if you're going to use a cannon, you'd want to set it up just up here by these little graves, and then you can plop her on down. There's a nice safe spot right here. I don't have the mark tile option on, but right here between these two gravestones and this grave marker, you can just have a nice little safe spot where they won't really attack you. They might filter on through sometimes, but as you can see, most of them are not in this area. This is also the safe spot that you can go ahead and just range from if you're going to be doing any ranging. Very good safe spot. As you can tell, like I mentioned before, not a lot around you, so you don't really have to worry about that. Could use darts again if you'd like, but if they do start to run off towards the end of the kill, then you'd have to worry about that and switch on over to the crossbow, like right there. Just keep an eye out for that, really all you have to pay attention to in terms of that. But if you do have a cannon, just go ahead and throw it on. As long as you're standing over here, you'll be good to go. The cannon will attack as many as possible, but if they do actually come up a bit closer to you and start attacking you, this is a single-way combat zone, so you will have to focus on those first. But that is going to be it for this Ghouls guide. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to see me make a guide on, let me know down below. And on top of that, if you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. And finally, if you're crazy enough to watch this on day of release, 1, I love you, and 2, I'm streaming over on Twitch, so come check me out. But with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.